Just before we come to our meditation, let's take these words from our morning prayer of St. Francis. It is no use walking anywhere to preach unless our walking is our preaching. It is no use walking anywhere to preach unless our walking is our preaching. And these words of Vernon Watkins, also in our liturgy this morning. I have been taught the script of stones, and I know the tongue of the waves. I've been taught the script of stones, and I know the tongue of the wave. Orada. Good morning. Continued welcome to those who have been with us this morning for morning prayer. And welcome to you if you are joining us to take part in this meditation through the recording. You're very welcome. The readings from morning prayer, which as usual provide the springboard for our meditation on a Monday morning, are Psalm 71, Proverbs chapter 1, verses 1 to 19, and the Gospel of Mark chapter 2, 23 to 3:6. We're beginning the book of Proverbs as the church year continues and the cycle of readings moves from Ezekiel now to the wisdom literature of Proverbs, a gathering of wisdom sayings. And in the Gospel, which we've been reading for a few mornings now, the Gospel of Mark, Jesus and the disciples are walking through a cornfield on the Sabbath. And because Jesus and the disciples are taking the heads of corn to eat as they walk, they meet with opposition from Pharisees and like-minded religious people who say it's unlawful to do such a thing on the Sabbath. As Jesus wanders into the synagogue, there is somebody bodily maimed, a withered hand. And Jesus asks, is it lawful for me to heal this person on the Sabbath? The Pharisees don't answer. And Jesus, saddened by their lack of compassion, their lack of understanding, their lack of wisdom, really, heals the hand. Jesus walking in the fields, healing. He's in harmony with Abba, the Father, Mother, the source. When he walks in nature, he is one with nature. He is always one with the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for humanity, says Jesus, not humanity for the Sabbath. The Pharisees are caught in their legalistic religion. They think that salvation is in following the rules, completely forgetting, not understanding what the Sabbath is for. Jesus walks in the Sabbath always. And it is from this harmony that he speaks and acts, responds, teaches. Always. And it is this harmony connection that the Sabbath is for. It's not a rule to be obeyed. The obeyance of which is the end in itself. I am sitting in Gower, where I live, where I grew up. As a child on a bus, I met a poet, Vernon Watkins, who lived here until the mid-60s when he died. I spent much time in my youth with his wife, Gwen, and her lover, Ruth, who lived out on the cliffs in Pennard, where Vernon lived and wrote, where he walked in nature. And learned the script of the stone and knew the tongue of the sea. In our meditation, we are going to walk with him through his poem, Taliesin in Gower. Although a number of you live in Gower to join us for morning prayer and for the School of Christian Mysticism, I'm aware that some of you have never been to Gower. So I'm going to show you a few photographs showing where Vernon was walking in this poem. Early in the poem, he mentions Pulthdi, its beginning at Pulthdi. Two houses down there. This house here used to be, during the 17th, 18th, 19th centuries, I think even the beginning of the 20th century, it was a pub called the Beaufort Arms. During the late 1960s, I was brought up there. It was a house then, and not in good condition. It was raining in the kitchen. Actually, in this picture, the kitchen's been built upon, so this is a recent picture, actually. And Mrs. Jenkins used to live in that house. She lived there since the turn of the 20th century. She had no running water there in the 1960s. And she used to go to the river just at the back there to collect her water in the morning. And during the winter, she was really the only person we saw on many days. But Vernon begins his walk at Pulthdy. This is looking from the east side, looking west, and he's going to be walking west. He will eventually arrive here, above Three Cliffs, having passed Pobbles just over there. This photograph from above includes Penarth Castle and this meandering stream, again, which Vernon will mention in the poem. And then it stretches, the coastline stretches around to Oxwich Bay there. Again, he's going to mention the sands of Oxwich. Another view of Three Cliffs. And there's Vernon, out on the cliffs, near where he lived, above Pobbles and Three Cliffs. Before I read the poem, let's spend some time connecting with the earth, the sea and the sky. St. Francis said, our preaching, if we go to preach, it's nothing unless our walking is our preaching. The most sublime teaching, the most beautiful phrases, the most inspiring ideas don't mean anything if we don't walk them, live them, source them from the source. We will hear Vernon Watkins struggling with this, as he knows that the words, however poetic, are not the sea. Be still. We will connect, attune ourselves to earth, sea, and sky through the words of Jesus, I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am. Not give the notion of or pretend to be, I am. The way, the truth, and the life. Of course, he didn't say this because he didn't speak English. Aya hadelrek. I am the path, the way, the road. Aya Haderek, the path. I am the way. I am the road. Let us connect with the earth. As you sit, still, back straight, but relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Hands facing up or facing down on your lap. Down if you want to earth, up if you want to be open to the all. Feet firm on the ground. Feel the stability of earth. If it helps, you might imagine root and branches of root from your feet into the earth. So this is the way, the path. Be rooted, but free to walk. Aya Haderek. You might like to let the Aramaic word of Jesus resound in you. Feel it in your chest as you say it. Haderek. The path, the way. Touching earth. Haderek. 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 As the word resounds quite naturally, begins to harmonize with the breath. I am the truth. Aya ha sharira. Aya ha sharira. I am truth. Authenticity. Sincerity. Coming from within, connected to source, in harmony with source. Aya ha sharira. I am the truth. Ha sharira. We can connect here with the sea. The Hebrew Bible and the scriptures of the New Testament teach us that wisdom doesn't come to us because of our striving. Wisdom enters us and speaks gently within us. When we surrender. So see yourself lying back in the sea. It is summer now. Maybe the sea is calm, maybe the pressure is low and the waves are higher. Maybe you lie back into the warm sea. Or you catch the wave with your body. No need for a board, just the body. Dive into the wave. Surrender. It's useless to struggle. Surrender. She will bring you to the shallow shore. And you may go out again and catch another. I am the truth. Ha Sharira. Ha Sharira. Ha Sharira. Ha Sharira. Ha Sharira. Ha Sharira. I am the life. Ahye. Hachayim. Hachayim. The waves matching the breath as we connect with the breath, we connect with sky, wind, life. Hachayim. I am the life. I am the living. I am the presence. Hachayim. 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 between the verses. We'll pause. Haderek Hasharira Achayim Late I return, O violent, colossal, reverberant, eavesdropping sea. My country is here. I am foal and violet. Hawthorn breaks from my hands. I watch the inquisitive cormorant cry from the praying rock of Pulthdi, then skim to the gull's white colony, to Oxwitch's cockle-strewn sands. I have seen the curlew's triangular print. I know every inch of his way. I have gone through the door of the foundered ship. I have slept in the winch of the cave, with pine log and unicorn spiral shell secreting the colours of day. I have been taught the script of the stones, and I know the tongue of the wave. I witness here in a vision the landscape to which I was born. 3 smouldering bushes of willow like trees of fire, and the course of the river under the stones of death, carrying the ear of corn, withdrawn from the moon-dead chaos of rocks overlooking its secret force. I see a marvel in winter's marshes, the iris break from its sheath, and the dripping branch in the ache of sunrise frost, and shadow redeem the wonder of patient, living leaf, while winter, season of death, rebukes the sun, and grinds out men's groans of the voice of its underground stream. Yet now my task is to weigh the rocks on the level wings of a bird, to relate these undulations of time to a kestrel's motionless poise. I speak, and the soft running hourglass answers, the core of the rock is a third. Landscape survives, and these holy creatures proclaim their regenerate joys. I know this mighty theatre. My foot sole knows it for mine. I am nearer the rising peewit's call than the shiver of her own wing. I ascend in the loud waves' thunder. I am under the last of the 9. In 100 dramatic shapes I perish. In the last I live and sing. All that I see with my sea-changed eyes is a vision too great for the brain. The luminous country of Orc and Eagle rocks and shivers to earth. In the hunter's quarry this landscape died. My vision restores it again. These stones are prayers. Every boulder is hung on a Brett's miraculous birth. Gorse breaks on the steep cliffside, clings earth in patches blackened for sheep, for grazing fired. Now the fair weather comes to the raven's pinnacled knoll. Larks break heaven from the time-breathing turf, far under, flying through sleep. Their black fins cutting the rainbow surf, the porpoises follow the shoal. They are gone, where the river runs out. There, where the breakers divide, the lacework of Three Cliffs Bay in a music of 2 seas. A heron flaps where the sandbank holds a dike to the twofold tide. A wave-encircled isthmus of sound, which the white bird parliament flees. Rhinoceros, bear, and reindeer haunt the crawling glaciers of age. Beheld in the eye of the rock where a javelined arm held stiff, withdrawn from the vision of flying colors, reveals like script on a page, the unpassing moment's arrested glory, a life locked fast in the cliff. Now, let the great rock turn. I am safe with an ear of corn, a repository of light once plucked, from all men hidden away. I have passed through a million changes. In a butterfly coracle born, my faith surmounting the Titan, I greet the prodigious bay. I celebrate you, marvelous forms. But first I must cut the wood, exactly measure the strings, to make manifest what shall be. All earth being weighed by an ear of corn, all heaven by a drop of blood. How shall I loosen this music to the listening, eavesdropping sea? I have learned the script of the stone. I know the tongue of the wave. Aye hadere hasharira hachayim. Oh.